beautiful day, another gorgeous day here. We're so lucky with the weather. Fingers crossed it stays good for the foreseeable, because the difference when the weather is nice and being able to get up and get outside into the sunlight right away. We started the day the same way we start every single day, a morning walk. Connor's actually been joining me on my morning walks as well, and we go and get a coffee, sit, have a little bit of a chat, and then come home and start our day. Home, showered, got myself ready, and I'm absolutely starving. So I thought for today's video I would just do what I eat in a day. I love watching these videos to get some recipe inspiration or meal prep inspiration, or see what other people are eating for like their breakfast or their lunches. I would say I follow like an 80-20 kind of diet. Like 80% of the time I'm eating whole foods and like high protein, high fiber, balanced meals, healthy fats, all the good stuff that we're supposed to do anyway. And then like 20% of the time I like to treat myself, so the odd, you know, croissant of the weekend. Might also make some protein balls or some kind of energy bites, because I do like to have sweet treats prepped for the week ahead. Let's get into breakfast. Fluffy, just how I like them. I don't like when they're too watery or when they're too dry, so this is just the perfect consistency. Now for toppings, porridge needs to have a protein, a fat and a fiber in order to make it filling, because if you're not going to add like protein or any kind of fats or anything to it, you're going to be hungry within a short time. So this is the mistake I started making when I first started eating porridge. I would literally just have plain porridge with a little bit of almond milk and berries, and that was it, and I was hungry like an hour later. So I like to either top with some Greek yogurt, kefir, or else protein powder. I am actually going to add protein powder today because Connor got this new one yesterday and it smelled really nice, and he was making his smoothie this morning, so I want to try it. It's gold standard whey. I usually use a plant-based protein, but I'm all out of the one that I usually use. It's by White Wolf and it's the vegan, the superfood protein. I need to get a new one. I must order that today, but I'm going to try this whey one now this morning. It smells lovely. It's Fred vanilla flavor. Mixing this protein in until it's nice and creamy. The good thing about using protein is it makes your porridge literally taste like dessert. It is so good. Like, this smells like a vanilla cake. So important to get at least 25 to 30 grams of protein in your first meal, be it with eggs. You can make protein pancakes, you can have like bacon, avocado toast with cottage cheese, whatever. I like to change it up, but my favorite breakfast is a good bowl of porridge. And then I add my berries. I always go for blueberries and raspberries. Blueberries are so high in antioxidants, they're great for your skin. I always buy frozen berries because they just stay fresher for longer and they're cheaper. Raspberries. And the last thing I'm going to add is a nut butter. I usually go for peanut butter, almond butter, or cashew butter. This is cashew butter. I got a new jar on the weekend, and I just take about like 10 to 15 grams, which is roughly like a heaped teaspoon. And this just makes sure that I'm adding fat into this meal, because it's quite low in fat without that, and you need your 3 macronutrients to keep you satiated. It is literally like a hunger crushing combo: protein, fats, carbs. 1, 2, 3. You nail them in every meal and you're ticking boxes and you'll keep yourself full and satisfied. But fiber is also super important. So oats have a great source of fiber, chia seeds super high in fiber, raspberries super high in fiber. So I'm getting a good serving of fiber in this meal anyway. And this is breakfast. It looks and smells absolutely delicious. The good thing about porridge is you can really change it up and like change the flavors, change the toppings, change the seeds. So sometimes instead of chia seeds, I'll do flax seeds. Sometimes I'll add in a little bit of banana or stewed apple with cinnamon. So yummy. Or even changing up the flavor of protein powder that you use, or adding some cacao to make it like a chocolatey one. I think that's why I never get sick of it. I've been running around for the past while. I had to go get my car cleaned on the outside because it was covered in bird poo. Gorgeous. Also to fill up my car with petrol, and then I went to the post office, and I just thought, since it is such a gorgeous day, I would stop by Centennial Park. So I just pulled in now. So beautiful. I love walking around here. see is blasting, but I put together a quick little lunch bowl. This is why I prep veggies and proteins at the beginning of the week, because this literally is such a healthy, nourishing, delicious meal, and it took me like a minute to warm up in the microwave because everything was already prepped. I had already cooked my pumpkin, heated up what was left of it. I have some veggies that was already cooked and I just heated them up. The beef, I cooked this off last night because I basically had the same thing for dinner last night. So I just heated everything up, and then on the base I do have some rocket leaves. I love the bitterness of the rocket, it just mixes so well. The only thing I'm missing is avocado. I thought I had an avocado at the bottom of the fridge, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is top with some hummus. This actually mixes really well with this. It may sound a little bit strange, but hummus is like my favorite thing to top any kind of chicken bowls or beef bowls. It goes so well with everything and it makes it nice and creamy. We have it. I've got my protein source in my beef mince. I've got carbs in my pumpkin, my veggies, fibre in the pumpkin and the veggies, and then a source of fat from the hummus. Okay, I'm gonna prep a little sweet treat to have in the fridge for my evening sweet treat cravings. I like to have something sweet after dinner every night. It's usually dark chocolate, sometimes it's a Ninja Creamy, sometimes it's like the peanut butter dates with chocolate, just something small to satisfy my sweet tooth, because I definitely have one. But I keep seeing Elle Gibson's recipes pop up, and she makes these insane like cookie dough balls, and she's got loads of different recipes on her TikTok and her Instagram. So I saved the banana bread cookie dough, I think that's what it was called, banana bread cookie dough ball. I've had that recipe saved and I was like, I need to make it, and I just keep forgetting. So today is the day I am making the ball. It looks delicious. Now she said not to use too big of a banana because she doesn't really like a strong banana taste, but my bananas are quite large, to be honest, and I love banana bread, bananas, anything to do with banana I just love. So I'm going to use the whole banana, so it'll make it nice and moist as well. Mashing that up. She uses a mix of oat flour and almond flour for the recipe. I'll leave the recipe in the description box below, but I always just make my own oat flour. It's far cheaper than like buying separate oat flour. You just throw your oats in a blender, blend it up for a couple seconds, and it comes out nice and finely milled. Half a cup of almond flour, a scoop of vanilla protein, using cashew butter, but she does say you can use peanut butter, almond butter, whatever kind of butter you like. Maple or honey, I have lovely thick Manuka honey here, so I'm just going to add a heaping teaspoon of that. So good. A generous amount of cinnamon, because banana bread wouldn't be banana bread without a good strong cinnamon flavour, and then salt. As I mix this up, it's going to be a bit of a process. Banana bread bites. They smell so good, but they were really sticky to work with and to roll into a ball. She does dip them entirely in the chocolate and coats the entire ball, which I would love to have done, but I don't have enough dark chocolate, so I just drizzled it over the top after melting, and I'm going to pop these in the freezer now to set. I am so tired. I was quite busy for the rest of the afternoon. I've walked 17,000 steps today. My legs are ready for rest. I could actually go to bed right now, but it's only 5:30 and I gotta make dinner. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make a tofu curry. I have some leftover tofu, a little bit of coconut cream that I used to make a curry at the weekend. And Connor just texted me he is going straight to the gym after work and then straight to a haircut. So he's just gonna have one of his meal preps in the fridge because he'll be a bit late coming in. So I'm just cooking for me. So tofu curry sounds lovely, and I have lots of veggies in the fridge as well. So I think that is what I'll make now, but I can't be bothered getting up off the couch. smells. I was eating away at some of the rest of the pan as it was cooking because I'm actually starving now. But how good does this look? It took me 10 minutes, no more, to throw together. I'll leave the recipe below, but you literally just seen how easy it was. It was literally Thai curry paste, coconut milk, vegetable broth, veggies, tofu, salt and pepper, and that is all. There's very little left in the pan. I might end up finishing off this because there's not even really enough there for a portion for tomorrow, so I'll see how full I am after this bowl. But I have a base of quinoa and rice as well. Dinner is all done, I'm all cleaned up, and I am finishing off the night with a peppermint tea. I have one of these every single night. But the little banana bread balls are here. I transferred them into this little container once they set, and I'm just going to store them in the fridge now. But let's taste one together. These are not going to last very long in this apartment, but they smell delish. Let's taste. Oh, they are so nice. If I coated the whole thing in chocolate, it would have held its shape better because it is still quite soft, but it's so tasty. It tastes like raw banana bread batter, but it does kind of have like a little cookie dough texture. Really, really good. I'm going to wrap up this video here. That was my full day of eats. Obviously it does look a little bit different when I'm working because I do prep like my lunches and my breakfast, but I usually have oats every day. But hope you've enjoyed, hope you've got some inspiration. I'll leave all the details below anyway if you want to try out any of the meals that I've had. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.